In my travels around the country in the last decade, there were two things primarily that kind of sent this old Rip Van Winkle running for the hills. One was the prevalence of automobiles. They are everywhere. I mean, we live in a very car culture, you know. Um, it's just phenomenal the way people use cars. And it's extremely sad how many people are forced into cars, having to buy a car, because public transportation in this country, I will vouch for, is so awful. It is so awful. Pandemic, no pandemic, every way you slice it, a car becomes essential because, public transportation, do not support people, working people, visitors, whatever, without a car, And the other thing, beside transportation and the emphasis of cars on America being the only public transportation option in this country, the other thing that really ticked this old man off was the absence of water in the country. It began when I was living in Phoenix, Arizona. They started removing water fountains in the park by the library, and I'm thinking, what is going on here? I live in Phoenix. It's like, I'm not sure why the Parks Department is removing, water fountains. Well, that was a trend. I first noticed in Arizona in 2013. And then, of course, after the city became gentrified and I could no longer live in Phoenix, I realized that trait, that sort of removing water fountains from public parks, was all over the country. Water fountains and water closets. the old term for the bathroom. Despite the parks, wherever I went in the country, no matter how exclusive or out of the way sites might be, there just were no public bathrooms. And if there were public bathrooms, they were very old and they were locked and they were closed. So here, along Sharp's Ridge, I'm reminded of those two things here. Public parking right there. And what's interesting to note is the ridge here is designed in such a way that there is parking and there is parking atop every hill here. Okay, so you have the ridge theme here. Okay, so you have like parking atop every ridge here, or every hill. See, atop that hill there, that turn, there's another site along the ridge here. Understand? So you have a hill, you have the top of the hill, or what passes for it, and then you have some site that has parking. Okay? What's interesting about this top of the hill, this ridge, this cliff, is that nothing really exciting to see, but there's something exciting perhaps to do. Because next to the public parking is this little turnoff here. All right. This is sort of a, how shall we say, a rest stop. The old rest stop along the highway, along the road. This is where you can get out and pee. All right. Or if you must, have that little snack or that little soda with your loved one. I can't see this as a lover's lane in any way, but some of the boys look like they have. And the irony is, this trash was left probably by truly homeless guys and gals up here who ate in private and then used this sort of turnoff from the main road to do their business. Okay. Now, girls, if you have to go while you're up here, there is accommodations here for your needs. Your boyfriend can park there in the main public parking lot there, and then either shut his eyes or sit on the bench while you come behind him. And, well, good luck with that one. That's the glory of the guy's bathroom as opposed to the woman's, But there is something here for the gentler sex, perhaps, the different sex, perhaps, and they can do their business while nobody looks, and hopefully no cars come along the main road and want to use the bathroom too. There are no doors. Only to your car. Ooh.